Legends, how are we doing? Today's video, man, just a quick video, just a bit of an update on the current wheel settings I'm using now. Before I did my 2025 guide for what I thought was the best wheel settings at the time, but since upgrading to a new wheel and now being a direct drive, so it's going to be aimed at direct drive wheels, there's a lot more subtle feedback I find in the actual wheel itself. So I've changed it up pretty drastically, man. This is going to be in reference to EA Sports WRC and Dirt Rally 2.0. It's going to do both of those, and also I'm going to do at the end of the video just the specific wheel settings that are actually in this wheel if you want to copy that, or if you have a T598 as well. So let's get into what's going on with EA Sports WRC first. So options and extras now. We're also going to go to controls here. This picks it up as a Thrustmaster T GT wheel, but it hasn't really made any difference. Still picks up all my wheel, Sparco mod, and my shifter, so that's been okay. Gonna go to edit device here to show you what I'm using. Over to advanced. Degrees of rotation, I haven't really changed that because in the actual wheel itself you can actually change how much degrees you want, so I haven't really changed that. Though for the best I'd say recordings and stuff, you want the wheel to match the actual degrees of the wheel. So yeah, the in-game rotation isn't the same as the wheel rotation, so if you watch my replays back, it's a little bit out, but it hasn't really bothered me. So vibration, here we go. So self-aligning torque we go on 80, wheel friction fist we go on 20, tire friction 45, suspension is 90, tire slips 85, engine's 95, collision 60 because you don't really need just a big ass hit. Soft lock I put it at 100, but you could probably put it up higher if you wanted to, I'd say. We also have center force on, and the center force scale is at 100 for this one. Alright, so let's go to Dirt Rally 2.0 now. And again, for these settings, man, they're pretty generic. I'd probably say there's a few guys that use the same setting. I haven't fully gone into a hectic process of customizing this. I'm still getting used to how the wheel feels, so this is just where I'm at for the moment. It does feel rock solid though, so I do recommend these for a direct drive wheel. Okay, we're going to options and we go into input. Picks it up as a TGT wheel as well, so it is what it is. Alright, input bindings. The bindings are the same for this game and the last game. I haven't done anything that's freaky, man. It's just the normal sort of stuff to expect. Advanced settings, so let's get into that. Linearity is on 0. Saturation is on 100 for steering saturation. Throttle dead zone 0. Not really to do with the obviously the soft lock's gone again, but not really what we're looking at. We're looking for the vibration feedback. So we're going soft aligning torque is 90, wheel friction is 85, tire friction is 80, suspension is at 100. A little bit more in this game just because I feel like in this game has a bit more of an impact, so you can actually really tune your settings very nicely for this compared to EA, where the suspension bottom out is a bit vague, I guess you'd say. You can't change them anyway. It's 100. Collision's at 100 for this one, just because we've got so much room on the bar to adjust further, so I left it as it is basically. Soft locks is 100 in this one. It doesn't really matter. Center force is at 90 for this one. Alright, now the actual settings in the wheel, we've gone L3 here. So we're going to go to the first tab here. The force feedback I use is just a level 1. I like to have light hands on a wheel, as you would have seen from my previous setup, so force feedback level 1 for this. The master is 100%. Mode is on P. Friction I have on mid. Boost we have on 0, because I just don't really feel the need to have such aggressive force feedback. That's just a personal preference for me anyway. Boost tires on 0. Speed tire. Dampers 10%. Gear jolt we have off, but on a game like say F1 2025 we have it on. And all the gear jolt does basically is when you change gear, it actually sends a jolt through the steering wheel itself. It's actually a really cool feature, hey. High end stop is high, and that's all for that. Let's get out of this. Across to the next one. So I use 360 degrees of rotation on this. Just feels pretty good, man. I don't need to go 540 like some guys do. 360 feels pretty good on this wheel. We have a flat as just default. Go across to the pedals, it's just the default pedals, we haven't changed that. And yeah, man, that's all of the settings so far. And with that, that's just all my settings, man. Pretty bare bones, like I said, nothing too crazy. I use the same settings within the wheel for both Dirt Rally game or both rally games. Not much more to add, boys. Honestly, it's just a bit of a update on just my force feedback, how I'm going with it. And yeah, man, love and direct drive, by the way, really cool. My comparison so far to the belt driven is, I'd say it's a lot more smoother. There's no binding at all, it's just a free spin. It's very smooth from left to right, no matter where you are on the wheel itself. Very nice. Also, it just feels like I've got a little bit more feel going through the track on just like tiny little bits of points of force feedback. It just seems to pick them up just a lot more precisely and a lot more, what's the word I'd sort of say? Maybe, I'd say a lot more like consistent, man. There's always a consistent baseline throughout the tracks, whereas my old wheel, maybe just my wheel, but I'd find sometimes through a track I'd feel different things in different sections, or sometimes not at all. Whereas this one so far, it feels like it's picking up every bit of force feedback it would as you do each run or restart each run. It's just very consistent wheel. Yeah, that's just my so far thoughts for the wheel anyway. But yeah, that was my settings. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you can, and as always, take it easy, guys. Cheers.